Hey guys, my name's Arhelia. I'm here today with Bars and Carbs at the X Gym Sports Mall. Now you've heard over and over again that the barbell hip thrust is one of the best glute exercises. But how the heck do you do a hip thrust if you've never even set foot in a gym before? Well, today I'm going to be taking you through a series of exercises to show you how to progress from body weight exercises into doing a barbell hip thrust. So the first exercise would be a bridge. Now you want to have your shoulder blades flat on the mat, hands on your sides. Your feet are about hip width apart and just a few feet a few inches from your glutes. And you're going to be facing up. And all you're doing is you're bringing your glutes up into the air, and you really want to make sure you're squeezing your glutes and you're engaging your core so that when you do bring your glutes up into the air, you're creating a parallel line from your knees down to about your shoulder blades, and you really want to squeeze at the top. So squeeze. Okay, so the next progression would be to do a single leg bridge. Now you're in the exact same position as you were in before, feet about hip width apart, feet a few inches from your glutes, hands on your side, and now you're gonna do the bridge, but it's gonna be one leg. So you're gonna have one leg that stays bent, and your other leg is gonna come out straight. So you would start here with your leg at the bottom, and then you're thrusting up. Now you're still engaging your core, you're still squeezing your glutes at the top. And I'll show you on the other leg so you kind of get a different angle of what the other side will look like. And squeeze. Now this is not a movement you want to do fast. It's a movement that you want to do slow so that you really focus on squeezing the glutes, engaging your core. This will help make sure you're targeting the muscle that you want to target, which are the glutes, and it will help you prevent any lower back strain. Your next progression would be to add a barbell. Now you can start with the big barbell, you can start with the smaller 20-pound, 30-pound barbell. This one is approximately 45 pounds. I do have a pad on it. This will help prevent any bruising and make it a little bit more bearable to have the bar laying on your hips. And so you're going to grab the bar right on the outside of your hips, and this will help you control the bar. And you're doing the exact same thing you were doing before. You're throwing your hips up into the air, you're squeezing your glutes, you're engaging your core, and you're controlling the movement. So next we're going to be doing a single leg hip thrust. Now for this you're going to need a bench, and you want to have the bench resting about just on your shoulder blades, and your arms are going to be extended out to your side. You're going to have one leg that's straight out and the other one is going to be bent. Now when you come down, your foot should be a few inches away from your glutes. And the movement is you're thrusting up. When you come up at the top, you're really engaging the glute. You're tucking in your chin into your chest. And we're engaging our core. I'll show you the other side. Again, this is going to be slow and controlled so that you can focus on squeezing and engaging your core and your glutes. Okay, so for this next progression, I'm going to be using a resistance band. Now, if you are not ready for a resistance band, you can go ahead and start with body weight. This just makes it a tad bit harder, and again, you can vary the resistance on your band. But we're going to be coming into the same position we were in before. Arms straight out, bench resting on your shoulder blades, feet about hip width apart. You're going to start at the bottom, and then you're thrusting up, engaging your core, squeezing your glutes, and you're driving through your heels. The harder you squeeze at the top, the more you will feel this movement. And that's honestly what a hip thrust is. You really want to focus on that contraction at the top. That's what's going to help you build the muscle. Okay, so the next progression, before the barbell hip thrust, I still have my band on. Now, if you're ready to add a little bit more weight, but maybe not quite an entire barbell, you can also add a plate. Now, with the plate, you would rest it against your chest. I'm going to get into position, shoulder blades resting on the bench, arms out to the side, feet about hip width apart, and you're squeezing at the top, engaging the core, squeezing the glutes. Again, don't forget to drive through your heels. Now, you're not using your arms on the bench to help you push yourself up. You're really driving through your heels. That's what that means. You're using your heels and squeezing your glutes to help you get into this top movement. Alright, you've made it. You've now progressed to the barbell hip thrust. You've loaded your plates. Now most gyms have bumper plates, and they may start off with 10 pounds. You really want to get that height on your barbell. That will make it easier for you to be able to roll the barbell onto your hips. And now you want to make sure the bar is evenly placed above your body. You can't see the lines, but there's usually little lines on the bar, and you kind of want to make sure that those are even. Feet will be hip width apart, and you're going to kind of use your upper body to help you get the barbell up. I like to kind of slide my feet back so that I get them into position, and then all I have to do is thrust up. Now your hands again are going to be right on the outside of your legs. You really want to focus on controlling the bar, make sure it's not going to wobble. So you want to grip it firmly, and your shoulder blades again are resting on the bench, and you're going to start down here. Use your heels to drive up, squeeze, make sure you're tucking in that chin to your chest. You're looking straight forward the whole time. And that's your barbell hip thrust. Alright, so lastly I'm going to show you how to do a hip thrust on the Smith machine. You want to have a bench. Usually you won't be able to fit it horizontally, so you can put it vertically. But you want to make sure that it's centered with the Smith machine. I have my pad on, and we're ready to go. I'm going to be resting about half of my back on the bench, hands on the outside of your legs, grasp the bar firmly, hip width apart, and you're thrusting up, engaging your core, squeezing your glutes, and your chin is tucking into your chest at the top. Drive through your heel. And that's the Smith machine hip thrust.